normal people.
Join us on the U.S. Corrupt Cops YouTube channel to expose the unjust detention and false charges against innocent youth by corrupt cops. Subscribe, like, and share to demand accountability and fight against corruption. If you like this video, press 1. On August 13, 2023, Officer Jonathan Cito and Officer Miguel Estrada from the Lordsburg Police Department were on patrol duty. They noticed a vehicle exceeding the speed limit and initiated what seemed like a routine traffic stop following protocol. However, it quickly became apparent that the encounter was anything but ordinary. The driver, Brandon Manuel Chacon, was soon to face 2 oppressive officers.
Is your first time getting pulled over or what, dude? Okay, just because you're acting real nervous, man. You don't have anything illegal in the car that you should be worried about, any weapons or anything like that? Drugs, narcotics, anything like that, man? Okay, like I said, I mean, you're acting pretty nervous, man, so could be a variety of reasons, man. You know what I mean? But let me just get your information real quick, and I'll have you step out of the vehicle and we'll come talk back to you, man, alright?
You want to stand right here by the front tire, brother? Right here by the side here, so it's out of the roadway. So, let's see. So I'm Sergeant Estrada with the Lordsburg Police Department, right? So what's the reason for the speed today, brother?
I'm going home, sir.
Just cruising?
Just going home, nothing crazy.
Okay. Where's home for you?
I live in Texas.
Texas in El Paso, or? Okay. How long have you been living there? Your whole life? Or? Where are you coming from today?
I was in California.
California? How was that?
It's great.
Yeah? How's the weather? That's cool, man. How long were you over there in California?
For about 4
4 days?
days.
Yeah. Okay. And the reasons?
Fine.
Just to go hang out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see the title of the road.
Do you have family over there, or just you going over there by yourself? Okay. So I know my officer was talking to you, brother. Is this the first time being pulled over, or have you been pulled over before? No? Okay. Okay. And with your speed, did you know it was 55 to there? Because you're going 80.
I thought it was 65, if anything.
Okay.
I don't want to be crazy with anything.
No, I understand. It's just you were just kind of just cruising and coasting.
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay. Now, what's the reason why you came this route?
It was faster on my phone.
Oh, your GPS. You put it on your GPS. Okay.
Officer Cito advises Mr. Chacon that he seems overly nervous. While this reaction might be expected given that it's Mr. Chacon's initial traffic stop, it's important to mention that law enforcement officers have the authority to ask a driver to step out of their vehicle based on reasonable suspicion, even without probable cause. However, a significant event unfolds when Mr. Chacon is escorted to Officer Estrada's vehicle, where he undergoes persistent questioning. Of particular significance is Officer Estrada's inquiry into the rationale behind Mr. Chacon's choice of route. It's crucial to take note of this detail as we continue to monitor the situation.
And what's your weight, do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know your weight right now?
I haven't weighed myself in a while.
It's about 180 maybe? Just put that, or 200? 200? Did you go to school for anything, or?
I don't know why.
I'm just having a conversation, that's all.
You mean like high school, or what do you mean?
Like, did you go to any training for anything, or like school, college, anything? Like I said, I'm just having a conversation, man. I'm just trying to fill this out and talk to you.
Brother, you're good. We're just a simple conversation, right, man? That's all it is, dude. What's up?
As observed in the footage, when Officer Estrada's attempts to find something to give him probable cause to detain him fail, he insists that it's just a casual conversation. However, it's important to note that there's no such thing as a casual conversation in a law enforcement encounter. It typically amounts to an interrogation. According to the Law Journal, some courts argue that officers can only justify questioning beyond the original reason for the stop if there's reasonable suspicion of separate criminal activity. Other courts suggest that officers may ask unrelated questions as long as they don't prolong the stop. The crux of the issue seems to revolve around the duration of the detention for some courts, while others take a strict stance and prohibit such questioning altogether. Now, given that the officer is purposefully taking longer than necessary to complete paperwork, and that his questioning isn't pertinent to the initial reason for the stop, this clearly violates Mr. Chan's civil rights. But the situation doesn't stop there. The officers shamelessly continue to abuse their authority, as you'll soon witness.
I understand. So with that, man, I have a couple quick questions. You didn't have anybody with you while traveling, no? Okay. And so you said your phone told you to come this way? Okay. So as far as talking with you a little bit further, man, like my officer stated, I mean, you seem like you're kind of nervous, okay? And like I said, I think it could be because of the reason because you got pulled over by the police and you'd never been pulled over before, right? Like you said. So that's one reason, you know, but to the point where normal people that get pulled over by the police, they are nervous, but not extremely nervous, like you seem.
I'm not that nervous.
No?
I'm just,
Okay.
I don't want to do anything wrong right now.
No, I understand. And so that's, like I said, you're just speeding. That's all it is. But the thing is, though, is that as far as police work goes and investigations, we do deal with a lot of different things on the side of the road and stuff, and then people doing things that they're not supposed to. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you straight up, man. Inside your vehicle, okay, is there
nothing in there?
Okay.
I don't have anything.
I understand, but I gotta ask, man, just because for investigation purposes. You don't have any large amounts of money in there, like more than 10,000, anything like that crazy? Okay. You don't have any weapons or anything like that? No grenades, bombs, rocket launchers, anything crazy?
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So there's no like firearms or anything in there, no knives or anything that you know? Like a pocket knife maybe?
I have a knife.
Okay, that's cool. It's not on your person though?
I don't know what that is. Do I bring it out?
No, you don't have to, you're good. Okay, so now, like he explained, any narcotics. So as far as you have any marijuana in the vehicle?
I don't have.
You don't have any cocaine in the vehicle? No methamphetamines? Heroin? No, you don't have any fentanyl pills or any, no prescription meds that you're not supposed to have? You have any prescription meds in there? Okay. So as far as, with that being said, man, I gotta ask, with you knowing 100% that there's nothing illegal inside your vehicle, do you give my officer consent to search the vehicle?
I don't.
No?
I'm being serious. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
Attentive.
No, and I understand. I mean, that, like I said, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that you're possibly lying, but the thing is, though, is that if I believed everybody on the street, I wouldn't be really good at my job, would I? So the thing is, though, is that,
Huh? Yeah. There's nothing in there.
Okay. So I mean, if I were to have a canine, if I were to have a canine come to our location and smell your car, I mean, it can smell majority of everything.
I don't think it would need to do that.
I mean, that's going to be on my decision, but
I don't have anything.
okay. So that's where we're at, man. Is if I were to call K9, which I think I'm going to do, if he were to come and hit on your vehicle, is there any reason it should hit on your vehicle if it does?
I don't think so, no.
No, there's no, like I said, I mean, if you have, marijuana, if you do have marijuana, it's legal here in New Mexico.
I know it is.
And the majority of all the states.
I don't have nothing in there, so I don't.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that's what we'll do, is we're going to call for a K9. When it comes to the location, we'll see if it does indicate anything on your vehicle. If it doesn't, then hey.
In an absurd effort to escalate the situation, the officer alleges suspicion that Mr. Chakin has legal narcotics in his vehicle, a claim entirely unfounded and essentially revealing the officer's abuse of power. It's worth noting that the officer's decision to call for a K-9 unit might adhere to the guidelines outlined in DPS New Mexico Section 3A2, which allows for the use of a K-9 during a valid vehicle stop if there is suspicion of illegal substances. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that the officer lacks valid reasonable suspicion. According to the same document, reasonable suspicion entails individualized suspicion that the individual may have committed a crime. It is more than a mere hunch, which is precisely what the officer has in this instance. There are no observable signs such as sweating, anger, slurred speech, reckless driving, dilated pupils, or red eyes in Mr. Chacan that could justify reasonable suspicion.
It's a lot of police work. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, brother, and the way you've been giving off the indicators, it kind of shows me a little bit of red flags.
Like what?
The nervousness.
The nervousness is one.
I mean,
you're
it's
all
not
over the
really,
place.
it's not really.
And I get it. Like we said, it could be just because you got pulled over.
Yeah.
But like I said, we've done this for a while where we know something's up. And I'm not saying something's up with you, okay? But since you didn't give us verbal consent to search your vehicle,
Of
guess
course
what?
not, because it's my
And
right.
we're not here to violate any of your rights.
It's important to note that when asked about Mr. Yakin's behavior, the officer only mentioned nervousness, which aligns exactly with what the DPS would consider a mere suspicion. Furthermore, the officers claim they called the K-9 unit simply because Mr. Chacan didn't verbally consent to a vehicle search. This clearly indicates that the officers lacked valid reasons to search the vehicle and were attempting to violate Mr. Chan's Fourth Amendment rights, which protect people from unreasonable searches and seizures without probable cause and a warrant. This constitutional right gives him the power to deny law enforcement officers permission to search his vehicle.
We're not here to violate any of your rights.
Yeah,
but the thing is, there's reasonable suspicion as far as that's meeting me for.
Are you keeping me detained here then?
Until the dog comes, yes, because now I have reasonable suspicion that something might be in there.
What's the reasonable suspicion?
That there might be narcotics inside the vehicle.
We'll give it that.
Just your behaviors.
But that doesn't really.
There's a known traffic. There's a known route that people take with narcotics.
It's a
this
US
run,
route.
I-10. I mean, everybody can travel on the roadways.
It's a US route though.
Definitely, and
it's a highway.
And you are correct. So I mean, I pull over people every day on this highway, on that highway.
I don't believe your concern is valid though, sir. I just
and
want to
that's something that you can probably bring up in court if there is something inside the vehicle.
But there is nothing in the vehicle.
And I don't know that.
But you don't have to know that because there's nothing in there.
And I understand. But the thing is, I don't know you. I don't know. You don't know me. The thing is, I'm doing an investigation at this time because of the indicators that I'm receiving. That's all it's on.
But I don't believe I have to stay here.
You're free to leave, but the vehicle has to stay here until I get.
Officer Estrada initially asserts that Mr. Chacan is detained, but when asked if he is free to leave, he replies that Mr. Chacan can go without his vehicle. This conflicting statement creates a potentially perplexing situation where Mr. Chacan could unintentionally break the law if he decides to leave, subsequently giving the officers a basis to potentially arrest him.
And I have, right now, you are legally detained at this time.
For what?
For speeding. And I think further, now going into an investigation further about something that possibly could be in your vehicle. Yeah, so I mean, if the K-9 does show up and it does hit, I'm just going to be straight up with you. If it does do an indicator that something may be in it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to seize your vehicle, I'm going to conduct a search warrant, and then I cannot go into your vehicle until that search warrant is approved by the judge. So that's where we're at.
It's imperative to note the officer's repeated assertion that Mr. Chacan is being detained on the grounds of speeding, though this is standard procedure during a traffic stop. Individuals can only be legally detained for a specific duration. It's stated that during a traffic stop, police can only detain the occupants of the vehicle for the time necessary to issue a ticket and check the driver's license and registration. Now, the fact that the officer has completely stopped writing the citation, using the excuse of explaining the law to young Mr. Chacan, wasting a total of 15 minutes so far, leads us to confidently assert that this constitutes a violation of the law, something the officer is supposed to uphold. Continuing with the ordeal, the officer tries to apply additional pressure on Mr. Chacan by mentioning that if the K-9 unit detects anything in his vehicle, it will be seized, impounded, and subjected to an extensive search. This tactic might be an effort to coerce Mr. Chacan into consenting to a vehicle search verbally, but he remains firm in asserting his rights.
And like I said, you have your rights. Believe me, you have your rights.
You have
You are
anything on your
protected.
person, man? Because you keep trying to reach for that pocket. Is it okay if I pat you down real quick? Just make sure you have anything on you. Because you keep reaching for that pocket.
Down, but I don't
Turn
have
around
anything.
from him.
I don't know why
And
you're
it's just
on my face for.
you keep putting your hands in your pocket.
Because it's not
But
nice.
I understand, and like I said, we're not violating anything. Everything is being recorded, so just understand that, okay? And we're doing everything by what the New Mexico state law requires us to do and allows us to do, okay? So as far as I understand,
Pockets for me, please.
as far as what we're
Anything else you have on? No. My pockets.
As observed in the video, Officer Sao proceeds with conducting a pat-down on Mr. Shakin under the belief that he may be carrying something in his pockets. Legally, this action falls under what is known as a Terry frisk, a limited search for weapons, typically of the outer clothing but also including areas that may be within the suspect's control and pose a danger to the officer or agent. Many law enforcement agencies instruct officers to conduct a pat-down of the suspect's outer clothing as part of the frisk procedure. However, it's important to note that, according to the Terry frisk rules, Officer Cito could not lawfully request Mr. Shakan to empty his pockets, as this action is not part of the Terry frisk procedure. This violation implies that even if anything were discovered on Mr. Shakin, it would not be admissible in court, in addition to constituting a breach of his Fourth Amendment rights. Furthermore, this detention was prolonged beyond what would be deemed reasonable, essentially rendering the traffic stop void.
So we measured this vehicle's speed at 80 in a 55. Pulled him over. Like I said, he was nervous and stuff. Started seeing a little bit more indicators that he was giving us. We asked for consent. He denied. And so just with the indicators that we have and seen, that's where we're trying to go further. Okay. So if you want to talk to him and see.
You're done with it for now?
Yeah, we're done. Like I said, I'm on Stone Garden. We're just trying to see what questions you have for him or whatever.
How you doing? Good. H. No second U.S. Border Patrol. How you doing tonight? Good. All right. I've been asked to be here by help and order if you need advocate. U.S. training, taking concealed units, and odor substances. Do you have any of that in your business?
No control substances. No human being concealed. Absolutely not.
Okay. Do I ever consent to search your vehicle if I can't understand?
I would say no, but what would be the repercussions from that? I don't have anything, but like I want to say no. Okay. But would there be like I want to say no consent, okay. But below it is there like a
Something that goes afterwards, like what happens if I say no?
Like a repercussion.
No, you're free to say no.
But would I be able to take my car and go home?
That's up to these guys, but they requested.
But they requested. Okay, so it'll be the same. Okay.
So this doesn't happen. Okay. I'm gonna run the outside of your vehicle with my car.
Okay.
If it looks like I have no request to be outside.
Yeah. So it's just controlled substances. Right. How about nicotine?
Do you have anything inside the vehicle that's going to harm me on the dog with needles and knives?
No, sir. I have a bit of alcohol, but it's just a normal. I don't remember. I'll be honest with that, you know. I don't think that's a big goal.
With what?
To get my car to be searched for a knife, right?
No, you can have a knife. You can even have a gun if you like. It's this thing is always just what we're more interested in, man, is any narcotics or any people, you know. But believe me,
Give me consent now.
Yes, sir.
The inside and the outside.
Not the inside. Okay. What do you mean? This is the rundown, right?
So it's 100% up to you, man. It's the same thing. You give him consent to go inside or do the air sniff.
But he said it was going to be a rundown outside, and I can go home, right?
Yeah, and that's, if you deny him consent to go inside the vehicle, then he's going to do just the outside with his canine, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have any, like I said, if you have a gun in there, it's just normal for people to say, hey, if you do have a firearm, you don't necessarily have to tell us, but I mean, just for nowadays with the people being, killed, officers being killed, people being killed, it's an ugly place out here. So it's just for officer safety, your safety, we want to make sure that everybody goes home safe.
Absolutely.
So we're doing that.
Don't pet the dog.
Yeah, we don't even pet the dog. But if you want to just monitor traffic for him, bro, just after the dog passes. Yeah, we can move up, but it's just like I said, I don't know. I don't know what the indicators are because I'm not a handler. So we can stand right here. I'll stand right here with you.
If something happens, that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah, so it's gonna do its thing. He's gonna do its search. That's what it's doing here.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
So,
He's telling me the dog hit on the passenger side.
on the passenger side.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. Let's
So I mean, the thing is always.
I don't know what would it be in there, so I don't know what to like say.
Okay, and you're responsible for everything inside that vehicle. That's your vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is always, since it is indicating that there is something inside.
Can I like have him go in there and search it now, or do I have to go now?
We're gonna have to stop and get a search warrant.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Now that we have probable cause with the canine, now we can go further.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna seize your vehicle and we'll go from there. Like I said, you're free to leave.
Is it gonna take long? How long will
It's gonna take time, brother. It's probably gonna take 2 or 3 hours, man. That's just straight up honest. Yeah,
that's
because
just
we gotta
the
type
minimum.
up the warrant. We gotta get them cut. Okay, I get that, brother.
Like I said, you're free.
Can I wait with y'all and just do this, and then maybe
I can't do it on the side of the road. I have to take it to a secure place now. You could definitely come with us. Yeah, you could definitely come with us, and once we do type up the search warrant, get it approved by the judge and everything like that, then we'll go further. But like I said, man, it's just if there's something in there, you could have just been honest with us, and you're going to save the whole trip, But
I wouldn't know if there's even anything in there, honestly.
Approximate time, you could probably be leaving here by 1 a.m.
Mr. Shakan got pulled over by the Lordsburg cops and had to sit around for a whopping 55 minutes waiting for the K9 unit to show up. When it finally did, surprise, surprise, the dog supposedly signaled, giving the cops the excuse they needed to keep hassling him. Even though Mr. Shaken played nice and went along with them to the station, they still seized his car and got a search warrant. But guess what? They didn't find squat. The K9 sniffed out a marijuana vape pen, which is totally legal in New Mexico since 2021. Officer Sturr kept mentioning some federal program called Stone Garden, even though the Lordsburg cops got busted before for messing around with it. Mr. Shaken's not taking this lying down. He's looking for a lawyer to sue the pants off the Lordsburg Police Department for messing with him. No new updates on this mess yet. Thank you for watching our video on U.S. corrupt cops with the theme Innocent Youth Unjustly Detained